Why, hello there YouTube and welcome back to Shark Week on Random Horror. I'm Random Ross and in this video I'm going to share 10 things you may not know about Jaws. So let's get into it. At number 10, it's based on a book. Jaws was based on the book of the same name by Peter Benchley. The book was published in 1974 and there were a lot of alterations made to the characters and the fate of them, such as the characters of our three main protagonists, Chief Martin Brody, Hooper and Quint. Chief Brody was a neglectful man and didn't really pay much attention to his family or his wife. As for Hooper, he was having an affair with Brody's wife, and Quint was a fisherman hell-bent on catching the shark. In the book, Hooper met the fate that Quint would go on to make in the movie adaptation, where the boat is sinking and he is swallowed up by the shark. Quint, however, he would go on to harpoon the shark and get his foot tangled up in the rope and be dragged to the bottom of the sea and drowned. And Chief Martin Brody, he was the sole survivor, although counting down his fate, praying the shark could kill him quickly. When the shark does swim up to him, it succumbs to its wound from the harpoon and dies, sinking to the bottom of the sea floor, and Brody is left as the only survivor. Number 9. Technical problems. The shark used in the film was a robotic, remote-controlled shark. Steven Spielberg planned to show the shark and have more screen time for it, but due to technical problems with the shark's mouth, they ended up showing it very little of it. This, however, surprisingly worked and added to the suspense and terror, enabling audiences to use their imagination. Number 8. Real sharks. When the movie was made, there was a fake shark used for close-ups, but from distances they used real sharks swimming in their natural habitat. Number 7. Dwarf Stuntman. The dwarf stuntman was used in the movie during the scene where Hooper goes into the shark tank, into the shark cage, or should I say, and the shark attacks him. This is apparently a real shark attacking a real cage with a dwarf stuntman inside. The dwarf stuntman was used to create the illusion that the shark is a lot bigger than normal. The dwarf stuntman, to my knowing, nothing serious happened to him and no shark was harmed during the making of that scene. But I thought that's an interesting fact. Number 6 is the shooting star. During the night shoot in the movie, when they're on board the ship, the Orca, in one scene you can see a shooting star, a red beam of light, shoot past the top of Chief Martin Brody's head. This was a real shooting star, and Steven Spielberg, the director, did not notice this until post-production, but chose to keep it in anyway. Number 5 is the happy extra. During the beach scene when young Alex is attacked by the shark, people on the beach are running in terror, looking scared and horrified with what they're seeing. However, if you slow it down and play it slowly, you can see a man with sunglasses on, a mustache and a white hat running, and he's all happy and cheerful. Number 4, Bruce Today. The robotic shark used in the movie they named Bruce, and many years after the movie he was placed into the Universal Jaws ride at Universal Studios. But in 2018 the ride closed down and the shark was bought by an anonymous collector. Number 3. Air tank inaccuracy. During the finale of the film, Chief Martin Brody pulls the trigger and blows up the shark by having it have an air tank lodged in its mouth. During a Shark Week special of Mythbusters, they tested this out to see if it would really blow up a shark, using a dummy, a replica of a shark, and firing a bullet into a real air tank. They tested this out, and research showed that this air tank didn't blow up, but would have lodged further into the shark, still killing it, but just not blowing it up. Hollywood seems to bend the laws of physics in many ways. Number 2, changed our views on the water. When Jaws came out in 1975, it changed ways people look at the sea, making people think twice before they go in the water, as sharks are real creatures and have been known to attack people. But shark attacks are very rare, and elephants and hippos are known to kill more people than sharks do every year. But this movie also changed the way films were marketed as well, particularly in the horror genre. Number 1, inspired by a true story. Jaws was inspired by the true story of an incident in 1916 in Louisiana, when a group of kids were swimming in the river. One kid, known as Lester, was epileptic. Assuming at first he had an epileptic seizure, he was attacked by a shark. His body was never found, but when they found a shark, it was a bull shark. This was then known that bull sharks can swim in fresh water as well as salt water. This was adapted into a film called 12 Days of Terror. But this incident went on to inspire Peter Benchley to write his 1974 novel, Jaws. And there you have it, 10 things you may not know about Jaws. Did you know any of these facts about the movie? Let me know down in the comments below. And is there any facts that I haven't shared that are interesting? And as I said, feel free to share all that down in the comments below. If you like this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with your friends, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and to hit that notification bell if you're new here. No pressure, but it's all there if you want to see it. I also have social media links down below in the description, so feel free to check those out. I've been Random Ross, and this has been a top 10 things you may not know about Jaws as part of Shark Week on Random Horror. Well, that's it for this video, and until next time, don't have nightmares.